Okay. Now, instead of just telling you this is the function, plug it in and solve, now I gave you two functions. So now, not only do you have to plug in and solve, you have to be very careful. What function do I need to use? Okay, so that letter that comes first is important. So, number one, they want us to find f of 2. So we need to use the f function. So that means when I substitute in 2, I have to use this top function. Okay? You can't use x plus 3. We're not trying to find g of 2. We're trying to find f of 2. So we're using 2. And I'm replacing x with a 2. And subtracting 1. So your key thing is determine which function you need. Am I using f or am I using g? Replace my x with the value that's inside of the parentheses, and then solve. So Husto already said this should come out to be 3. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3.
So why is your f good? Why is your f 2?
They're just telling you they want x to be 2. It's kind of like they could give you, this is the same thing as saying, okay, you've got an equation that's y equals 2x minus 1. Solve when x equals 2. It's the same thing. It's just in function notation instead of y equals now. G of 3. Now I've gone to the g function. So because I'm looking at g now, I need to use this one. What am I plugging in for x? 3. So 3 plus 3, and my final answer should be 6. Okay. Number 3. What in the world does this mean? Okay, so we are going to use both. What's my main function that I'm inserting things into? F. Your main function is what's always first. So I'm using f. Instead of replacing it with a number, I'm going to replace it with g of x. Well, what's g of x? What is g of x? What's g of x? G of x. What is it? X plus 3. Okay, so instead of just inserting a number here, I'm actually inserting x plus 3. So I'm no longer just inserting a number. I'm inserting x plus 3. So my function is 2. And I'm replacing x with x plus 3 minus 1. So am I actually going to be able to solve this and get an answer? Am I going to end up with a number like 7? No. Okay. It's going to be an expression. Okay. So what do I need to do to simplify this? Okay. I need to do what? Distribute. I need to take that 2 and multiply it by both things in the set of parentheses. So 2 times x and 2 times 3 is 6. And you said minus 1. 6 minus 1 are like terms. So we finish with 2x plus 5. Okay, number 4. What's my main function that I'm plugging into? G. Okay, I need to replace it with f of x. And f of x is 2x minus 1. So I'm actually replacing x with 2x minus 1. So we have 2x minus 1 plus 3.
Oh, I knew I was gonna have this.
Hey, friend.
How you doing?
You know you were supposed to be here 4 days ago.
Not his fault.
It's not mine.
ROTC didn't tell you?
It wasn't ROTC.
Oh. Where were you at?
He was in Duke's. But the schedule he had, Duke's had, it's on there because you know he can't get into
He
power
can't get
school.
into power school.
So they didn't let him know. And
Adam
I
Guidance called him when they changed his schedule.
Lord help us. Here you go, baby.
Lord help us.
Yes.
All right, friend. This is your seat with all these beautiful ladies back here. He's super excited. That's just for your group to share. So you can just kind of hang it out there. All right. I'm glad you're here now.
You will be. You will be.
Plus, I got an extra special gift for you. He's like, oh man. Because I felt so bad for you missing so much stuff. Listen, it's not all completed. There are some things you're gonna have to go back in and fill in, but I've got you clear up to page 21. So 5, yeah. So. By the way, you want the better news? Your first test is on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. He says, oh yeah. All right, so how do I simplify this one?
It's like doing G3, like the same equation.
Oh, no. Hold on, we're still on 4.
Oh,
I still need to do something with 2x minus 1 plus 3.
you just multiply it by 1 that's not there.
Okay, so she says there's a 1 out front. So technically, I need to distribute this 1 that's non-existent and invisible. So that doesn't change anything. 2x minus 1 plus 3.
Then you combine like terms.
Then we combine like terms. 2x plus 2. Don't worry, we'll get you all caught up. We'll take it one day at a time, friend. Okay, 5. What is my main function that I'm plugging into?
F.
Okay, so my main function is going to be f. I need to insert something into the function f. Well, inside the parentheses, it says g of 3. If you look up, I think Stephanie's already got it in her head here. What am I looking at, Steph?
G of 3 is already solved, so we can take G of 3 from up there and just place it.
I've already solved G of 3 back in number 2. So when I solved G of 3, what was my answer? 6. So guess what I'm plugging in? 6. Okay. So sometimes you have to solve one first, get an answer, and then take that answer and insert it somewhere else. Liven up, friend. Liven up. It's Wednesday. Okay, so now I use the function f to insert 6. So 2 times 6 minus 1. Husto said, oh, I actually need help on this one. Did I finally stump you? The amazing Husto? So I kind of feel like the amazing Houdini is. So what's 2 times 6?
12,
Minus 1.
11.
Perfect. Genius. Oh, look. Stephanie says, hey, we solved this one too. Okay. So when I solved f of 2, I got an answer of 3. Now I need to take 3 and plug it into g of x. So we get 3 plus 3, and we finish off this one with a 6. Okay. That's it for these ones. Okay. We need to turn to page 26. Not only is it important that you can do the math, it's also important that you understand the meaning behind it. Okay, so that's what we're going to look at next. Rashawn, do you need to move up to that desk while we're taking notes? Okay. I'm just asking. You're welcome to if you need to. Okay, so we're going to this one here. Okay. Can you wait till we're done with this page? There's 5 problems. Jeez Louise. Okay, actually, let me bring it down to the graph. Let me pull this down to the graph. So, while some of you are cutting out because you weren't here and gluing this in, let's talk about this graph. Okay, what are we looking at in this graph? Okay, points. There's a line there. What are we looking at? What's my x represent in this?
The speed.
Your x. Your x is your horizontal axis. What is your x value? The time. Okay. So your input or your x is time. Well, according to this, when I input a time, what comes out? What do we get when we plug in a time? The speed. Okay, so your speed is your y or your output. Okay. So, if you look at the first problem where it says evaluate, it says S of 7. What does 7 represent?
Time.
7 is your time. That's your input. Whatever's in parentheses is your input. So this is your time. Okay, so if I tell you your time is 7, what are you going to tell me my speed is? Time is 7. What is my speed?
You're gonna line it up with the lines on the graph.
Okay, she said I'm going to line it up. Let me get a ruler so you can see this.
That's
Absolutely. I mean, I had them angled and somehow my seniors turn the desk every time. Yes, you're welcome to shift your desk. Okay, so you find 7 along the x-axis. So that's right here. What's my speed? 10. Okay, so my answer here is 10. And that's your speed. So what does this mean? This means after 7 seconds, the snail, because we're talking about the speed of a snail, is traveling 10 centimeters per minute. Okay. Make sure that you're using time is in seconds. And if you look at your output, it's in centimeters per minute. Yes. Yeah, guys, you are welcome to highlight, color, whatever you need to do in your notebooks. Okay. Okay. S of 6. What does S of 6 equal? So find 6 on your X. So that's here. Careful, it's not above 10. It's a little bit below 10.
9.75.
I'd probably go with 9.75, 9.8. Okay. This is going to be a guesstimate though. I don't know if I'd go quite as low as 9.5. It's not quite halfway. Okay. But I would have to accept 9.75, 9.8. It's not perfectly on a line. Okay. So what does this mean?
6 centimeters and
Careful, 6 what? Seconds.
seconds. Ooh,
Okay, after 6 seconds, the snail is traveling 9.75 centimeters per minute. The next one gives you the meaning. They want you to work backwards and tell me that's going to be S of what? What's my input? 12. Remember, your input is your time. So S of 12 should equal 8.
In the scenario like this, you can also graph.
What about S of 11. I'd go with 8.5. That's pretty accurate. Okay. S of 11 is at 8.5. So after 11 seconds, the snail is traveling 8.5 centimeters per minute. That last one. This time, they don't give us the input. What do they give us? The output. They give us the speed. So now, when I have to find this on the graph, I've got to do what, Steph?
You gotta go to 7 and see where it marks the line and it goes to 1. So it would be S. Would be 1.
Okay, so this time when I'm looking, because they gave me speed instead of time, I need to find 7 on my y-axis. And it lines up with 1. Okay. They gave me the output this time, so I need to find 7 on my y. Okay, so they basically started us out with this. We've got S of we don't know should equal 7. Okay, that's what they told us. They said the speed of the snail should be 7 centimeters per minute. So they want to know what's the time on that. So you are given your y this time instead of your x. So you need to find 7 on your y. So 7 on your vertical axis. And where does that cross the x? Well, that's going to cross at 1. Okay. So your answer down here should be S of 1, which means after 1 second, the snail was traveling at a speed of 7 centimeters per minute. Rashawn, you needed to use the restroom, right? You asked. Okay. Take a couple of minutes in your groups, look at page 27. You're doing the same thing, but instead of me giving you a graph, I gave you a table. It's still input and output. See if you can get the answers. Even if you can't get the meanings yet, see if you can get the answers. Bless you. Okay. So you're looking at this. Miles traveled and how much money you are charged for delivery. Andrew, pick your head up, please, or I will make you stand. Understand and believe I do that. I'm evil. Yeah, I know. He's got to go back and watch the videos. Try this special. 3 penguins in parentheses. So X is 3, according to my table. This is saying if they had to travel 3 miles, they would charge you 28. So like, let's say you order a couch, okay, from Logan Furniture. And Logan has to drive from their warehouse to your house and it takes them 3 miles. Not only would you pay for that couch, they're also going to charge you $28 just to deliver. Delivery is not free.
That's right, Artie.
So all you're trying to do is decipher what this means. So if I change it to 1, they have to travel 1 mile. They're only gonna charge you 14. Read the meaning for number 3. What does it say for number 3?
Oh.
There you go. That just clicked.
Charges and then phone number. Like you just use it like the same thing.
Because Dukes has held you hostage for 4 days. Man, I see that boy. Oh my gosh. You're here for the lesson, and then review, and then a test.
You won't have to do it.
Yes, you won't have to do it super weird.
You can just look at those.
Okay, so there's a, so anytime it's in the parentheses, that's your X value. So X is 3, what's your Y? Mhm. X is 3, what's my Y?
If you don't know or your number, you
28.
whatever we have on the
Genius!
I use photo.
Oh, you've got to get used to my crazy. Understand I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning and drank a whole pot of coffee this morning, so I'm a little wired today. Oh, yes, all day long. And I'm super excited over my new straw. Mhm. Bam!
Where'd you buy
It goes on a keychain.
That's really.
My grandma got them. She got the wrong one.
Oh,
She's like, wait, there's
Is that a straw?
Yes, it's a metal straw.
Yeah, that's actually.
Wait a minute. To save the turtle?
save the turtles. That's right.
Oh, it's colorful. That's very.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Save the turtles.
I have one in my notebook. I don't know if I have the big.
Her day.
Yeah.
Hers will hers like collapses.
I don't like plastic straws anyway.
I only have.
You what?
Like a straight.
They're too flimsy. When you go to get the paper off, like you're trying it,
Oh, yeah.
and then you get a hole in it, and it's like, uh-uh.
Miss Smith, am I doing this right?
You probably are.
I don't think
Come on, Crystal.
You'll go.
Crystal the amazing.
They said that.
I'm still looking at the drawing.
So like, if your last name is you go out like
For
for 9th graders, right?
You need to stand up.
Good job.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Oh,
Good, guys.
What time is,
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, great.
Who's community now?
2:30? This today?
Yes.
Miss,
That's fantastic. What do you?
2:45 is,
Please.
You're crazy. You're 4th year, you didn't know. Not a big deal.
Yeah,
What is last year?
I'm in ROTC, so I don't know.
That's 3rd year. You're 3rd year.
How are you?
It's just like 30 years.
Chart thing?
I thought you had a lunch with somebody.
Yeah, what about it?
Is your nose pierced? Mine? No. How did they let you into there? It's not pierced. Your ears are though. If you have piercing, you can go in, but you can't get any additional piercings. You can't get your nose pierced.
Clear the end of
Oh,
the
so
day.
if I was, or you're like, you can't have facial piercings, and you can't get additional ear piercings.
Okay.
You can take out big.
Let's take a look at this.
It won't make you take it out, but you have to actually remove some of the
Okay.
stuff, just like that.
Even if you're finished, I need you to be checking your answers. Wait till Vanessa comes back, please. C of 3. C of 3. Your answer should have been 28. Okay. C of 3. Your answer should have been 28. The delivery charge for 3 miles is $28. Ladies, I know you're finished, but I need you to stop talking. Thank you. Okay. So if they have to drive 3 miles to deliver something to your house, they're charging you $28 on top of what you also paid for the item. Okay. C of 1 should be 14. So the delivery charge. Okay, who's go? I didn't ask for that, so I need you to stop. The delivery charge for 1 mile is $14. Maybe I should go be a delivery driver. They get to pocket that money? That's a lot for 1 mile. Okay. The delivery charge for 5 miles is $42. That should look like C of 5 equals 42. C of 4 should be $35. So the delivery charge for 4 miles is $35. And finally, the last one. How many miles do you have to travel to be charged $21? 2 miles. So that's C of 2 equals 21. Okay. How we do? Good? Okay. So it's all of a matter of understanding what is my input and what is my output. Okay. Those are going to be your biggest things. Paying attention. Okay. Let's take a look at this last one. This last one. What is my output? On my graph, what is my output? The box is packed. It should be a small half sheet. Okay? You should have put it in yesterday. Be the next page over sometime. I don't know what to do with this. I don't have extra copies. Look in your book bag, it might have just fell out.
You don't have homework?
It depends on what we finish. Guys,
I actually won.
you actually want homework? Oh,
This is easy stuff.
good.
No, that's not someone.
Okay, so what am I inputting in this? Time. Time is my input. Okay. Can you figure out what this notation means? So it says f of 2 equals 12.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What's my input?
What?
Which one of those values is my input? 2. So that's what? Time. What does 12 represent? Boxes. So In 2 hours, because time's in hours, in 2 hours, 12 boxes are packed. Okay, so what you had to do was decipher, what did 2 represent? Well, 2 is your time, and that's in hours. 12 represented your boxes that you packed. So in 2 hours, you've packed up 12 boxes. So what does F of 4 equals 24? What's that mean?
In 4 hours.
In 4 hours, 24 boxes are packed. Well, that makes sense. If it takes 2 hours to do 12 and we put another 2 hours in, we should have 24. So in 4 hours, 24 boxes are packed.
I just thought it was-
What?
Tomorrow you can put tape on that,
No,
so we don't get called.
no, because it will break it.
Tape?
You cannot cover it up. It's stopping forced air from coming out.
Just plug it.
Two codes in here.
F of 0 equals 0.
No hours, so no boxes are packed.
Okay, if you haven't done anything because you have no hours, so in 0 hours, we've packed 0 boxes. In 0 hours, 0 boxes are packed. Okay, can you fill in the missing blanks? If I tell you we have F of 1, that means how many hours have passed? Whoa. How many hours have passed? 1. So 1 hour has passed and we've packed up 6 boxes. Remember, this is the time. So these are your boxes. Okay, let's move over to F of 3.5.
3.5, that's a half.
Okay, so 3.5.
Huh?
So this is your time. 3.5 hours have passed. So we've packed how many boxes?
15.
12. 18.
18.
You line it up.
Hold on. Line it up. Okay. 3.5 hours. So that's here. So that means my graph is here. And that is 18 boxes.
What?
That's 0.5. That's 0.5.
Okay. Be careful with the last two. Instead of giving you time now, they tell me you have this many boxes packed. How many hours has gone by?
Half an hour.
0.5.
Half an hour. Okay? This first one should be 0.5 or 1/2. Okay. In a half an hour, you've packed 3 boxes.
Can it be 0.5?
Yes, it's the same thing. I can add 0.000.5 and it's still the same.
The second one's 1.5.
Okay. How long does it take to pack 9 boxes? 1.5. So function notation is pretty easy, right? Especially if you get to read it from a graph. That's super easy. That's my favorite part. Okay. I want to go back to page 24.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. We did glue this in, but we never went over this.
Oh, I can careful. Oh, I know about this. Miss Smith.
It's just if I'm in
Okay, so we're gonna talk min and max. We're gonna talk increase and decrease. Okay,
I never got that. Wait, back here.
Kleenex are gone. All right. Okay. So we talked about key features yesterday. That's what I want to look at here. Okay. You need to tell me, looking at this graph, do I have a max or a min? Okay. Do I have a low point or do I have a high point? Is that a valley or a hill? Does it dip low or does it go high? So what do I have here, a max or a min? That's a minimum. Okay, this is a minimum. Okay, I have a minimum. How low does it go? What is my minimum?
Around 3.
Mm-mm.
-1, and it's not quite a -1, so it's more or less like -5.
Okay, I'd go with -0.5. Remember, when you're talking max or min, we're talking how high or how low. So I'm not looking for my X value, I'm looking for my Y value. So my Y value here should be probably about -1/2 or -0.5. Okay. Let's talk decrease. Okay, so am I decreasing on the left half of my graph or the right half? The left half. Remember, you read a graph from left to right just like you do a book. So if I'm starting at the leftmost point, I'm going, stop. Okay, so I'm decreasing here. Okay, so I'm decreasing from the left of my graph. So I'm decreasing from -infinity. When do I stop decreasing? How far to the right do I go before I stop decreasing? 3. So I go from the left of my graph clear up to +3. Okay, if I stop increasing, I've got to be doing something else. So I'm increasing now. Where do I start increasing? 3. And when do I stop? +infinity. There's an arrow here. It's very tiny, but it's going to continue to go. So it's going to continue to increase. So it increases from 3 to +infinity. the last things we talked about yesterday with key features. X-intercepts and Y-intercepts. What's it mean to be an X-intercept? What's happening if I'm an X-intercept? Okay, it's the X value when you're crossing what? What do I have to cross to be an X-intercept? The X-axis. So I cross the X-axis here and here. So that's 2, 0 and 4, 0. Y-intercept then is where do I cross the Y? Okay. And we cross the Y-axis at 0, 4. Put off your head, please. Thank you. Anybody still need this up? Who's still writing? Okay. While some people are finishing up, take a look at the next one. Do I have a max or a min? This one is a maximum. Okay. Where is my maximum? How high does it go? No.
It goes up 2.5.
Positive 1/2.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Remember, your max is how high does it go? So I don't care how far to the left. Whoops. Positive 1/2, not negative. My bad. I don't care how far to the left or the right it is. I want to know how high is it. So that's my Y value. Well, it's somewhere in between 0 and 1, and it looks about halfway. So we're going to guess 1/2. Where does my graph decrease?
It goes down.
Okay, so where do I start decreasing? -3, not negative infinity, positive infinity. So -3 to positive infinity. Where do I increase? Negative infinity to -3. You always want to put your smallest number on the left and your biggest number on the right. So it increases starting at negative infinity, clear up to -3, and then it switches. So this is an increase. No. Okay. Do I have x-intercepts? Where are they? -4, -2. So -4, 0 and -2, 0.
The y-intercept is 0, 0,
Okay. Your y-intercept should be 0, -4. I want you now, as a group, when you open that up, there are 2 graphs on the left that you have to do. The 2 graphs on the right are challenge problems because they're not just one smooth graph. They're segmented. It's actually piecewise functions. Okay. So as a group, please do the left 2. Okay. If you'd like to try the right 2, go for it. Okay. I'm going to come around and look at them. I'm also going to pass out your homework. Okay. It's a fun puzzle though. And those of you that were absent, you already have it because I had it stapled yesterday for you.
Is it white next to the greenhouse?
Yes. So on your homework, you're going to find why did the greenhouse call a doctor?
Why does the greenhouse?
Call the doctor.
Why? I mean, it's a greenhouse. It's a plant. Did you pass out?